So on day one of film camp, they show up, 12 kids who some may know each other and some may not. And by the end of day one, we have written a script. And we show up on Tuesday morning and start filming.
It gets really friendly really fast. Everyone is super tight-knit. Because it's only a 5-day camp.
We have done a couple of documentaries in it, but mostly it's fiction.
Some very heavy films they've done. Friends Against Stupidity, which is actually an anti-drinking film. There was one about called Emotional Vampire, about depression. The thing that we all miss about young people is that they're the most sophisticated users of technology. They're way more sophisticated than us, and they know what isn't any good. So it's really important that what we do pushes always to be quality, that we're working with a good equipment, that we're pushing them to be their very best. The thing is that when you're always challenging kids, they'll rise to it. But what we tend to do in our society is we tend not to challenge.
But certainly trying to make a film in a week
is challenging.
Is very challenging, you know, a film with a beginning, a middle, and an end.
I don't know if this counts as what they taught me, but they definitely like set the bar for who I want to be in charge of me. I know mentor is a big word, but Robert definitely set the bar for like a director.
You know, they start at 11 years of age and they leave us at 17. So they're now driving cars. You know, we get into a little bit of shock. They say, oh, I'll give you a lift. Really?
Like a really big part of who I interact with is Theatre Wakefield and the people of Theatre Wakefield. And although they're much older than me, the only way I could get into Theatre Wakefield was by going to film camp. That was like my way in. Because I feel like I've had a lot of experience in my small pond, but that's still experience. Like that's still a lot of valid experience. And it's like probably more experience than I could have asked for if I had been in a big pond and I was a little fish growing up. If I was a little kid in a big city, I don't know that it would have been as easy for me to sort of just get my foot in the door. I don't know what happened, but I like the outcome because now I ended up feeling totally comfortable with the people of Theatre Wakefield, and it gave me this really backwards view of people my own age.
The biggest thing that happens to all of us as we get older is that we become disengaged. We suddenly don't have an office to go to or 40 friends that we hang out with or whatever. And I learned from Norma Geggy, who's 90 this year, but she has always had, you know, new friends who were in the younger generations.
Getting to know all those people, it's opening yourself up to a whole other section of the community that I don't think I would have ever known.
You know, when we're doing film camp or WIF or any of those kinds of projects, we do plays with them. And they work so hard. They'll go the risk. And so maybe what you give is exactly what you get back to. And that's that you feel that you have a place in the world. And
they have their choices to make with their lives. You know, everything's ahead of them. So I think really we just say, well, you know, you could. You know, the world is your oyster, really.
Will theatre be a part of my life? Even if I, you know, don't become a working actor or don't totally infiltrate the industry, it's definitely a part of who I am, and I can't walk away from that.
It's really up to them. And I think that that's what we give them at film camp. It's up to them.